As you might know, 15 years ago, we released a game that changed the world of video games.
With Assassin's Creed, we introduced a new gaming universe capable of transporting you back to the Crusades as Altair took assassinations to the next level. And now, thanks to you, 15 years later, the brand is more alive than ever.
Oh, shit.
This is why we created a deep dive into the world of Assassin's Creed to show you where the brand is going in the future.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
We even have several surprises and announcements for you.
Ah!
And now, who better to introduce a showcase like this than our CEO, Yves Guillemot.
Okay, here we go. Main event. Main event time. Yeah, we're an hour in. That's why.
Hello everyone, and thank you
We're
for
gonna get
joining
like 40
us
minutes of
for
Assassin's
this
Creed.
edition of Ubisoft Forward. I would like to congratulate all Ubisoft teams around the world for their tremendous work bringing these incredible games to life.
That Arnold
and to
statue is
all
pretty
the
cool in the
players
background there.
watching us, thank you for the passion you have for our games. Creating memorable and unique experiences is what drives us every day. Speaking of passion for games, we are celebrating 15 years since the first Assassin's Creed. Altair, Ezio, Arnaud, Bayek, Cassandra, Eivor, many of you have lived memorable moments with these characters, making history your
Skip over
playground,
Syndicate.
learning, challenging yourself, and most importantly, having fun. With your support, Assassin's Creed went beyond a collection of games. It helped shape the face of the video game industry and became an inspiration for players and developers around the world.
Yep.
And now, let's see what's next for this
Assassin's
fantastic
Creed did
universe.
for parkour and platforming what what Grand Theft Auto did for sandbox gameplay. So that's the new guy. No, that's not the new guy. Wait. Oh, okay. They're just showing. Ezio. Yeah, that was Altair.
Are you ready for this?
Before the comments section starts blowing up on YouTube.
Of course you are.
You fool!
Come on, don't be shy. Don't let a fancy suit impress you. Don't let 1,000 fancy suits impress you. Be the thorn in history's side.
This was, I'm a sucker for live action trailers. I really love this
Choose the
trailer.
greatest enemies.
It's a badass trailer.
Sorry, mate. The
Might
Emperor.
see this trailer pop up again too
The boss is
sometime.
boss.
Couldn't
And make even greater friends.
Decent work, Leonardo.
Don't just pick a fight.
Also, on the YouTube video, when I did the reaction to this, I wasn't meaning that it's not like. Of course, that's Ezio's
Get the
voice.
bigger
What I was
picture.
saying was the actor playing the part. I didn't think that was Roger Craig Smith playing the part
Go too
in
fast.
the live action thing. That's what I was saying. I think I said it kind of
Face the
quicker, so.
invisible. The impossible. The unspeakable. Welcome to the greatest playground. History.
Yeah, they kind of fucked up the Ragnarok stuff like that. It was supposed to have been like the.
Hello, everybody, and welcome along to the first ever
We'll get
Assassin's
into it.
Creed showcase. It is time
We'll get
to
into it
leap
afterwards, but the
into
Ragnarok stuff
history.
fucked up the
I'm Danny Wallace
timeline.
here in our top secret hideout, where I'll be bringing you some sneak peeks, special guests, and sharing some very exciting updates on all things Assassin's
He's been in
Creed.
every
You will not
single
want to miss
Assassin's Creed.
this. Today,
He's
I
the
am joined
only
by a
person who's
true
been in
expert,
every single
Assassin's
Assassin's
Creed's
Creed.
senior
John
community developer,
Hastings,
Ubisoft's own
Danny Wallace
Alice
here.
Terrett. Welcome to the show. Alice, can you believe it's been 15 years?
Thank you so much, Danny. I cannot believe it's been 15 years.
It's a series very close to my heart because I'm in it. I'm lucky enough to voice
Yes.
Sean Hastings, who first appeared back in Assassin's Creed 2. Now, Sean sounds exactly like me, which may give you a clue as to the limits of my acting range. This year, we are
What's
celebrating
Assassin's Creed 2? I
15
thought it was
years
Assassin's Creed
since the
1.
release of the first Assassin's Creed.
It's been an
I thought he
amazing
was in
journey
the
with our
tail end
community
of
that started
Assassin's
back
Creed
on the
1.
rooftops of the Holy Land. It has taken us to the Italian Renaissance, into the center of revolutionary wars, to
When you're
ancient worlds,
escaping
and to
the
many incredible
Abstergo
places in
facility, I
between.
could have
We've
sworn
met
he showed
unforgettable
up there.
characters and been to breathtaking locations, allowing you to leap into history and relive pivotal moments from our past. It's been a phenomenal 15 years, and we are so glad that you came along for the
Boy.
ride.
So many damn adventures
For the
going
15-year
on.
anniversary of
Shit.
Assassin's Creed, we want to truly celebrate with you, our community. We know that you've been dying to find out what's next for Assassin's Creed, and so...
Oh, the fucking leakers.
Just on that point, it does sound a lot like you're about to announce a new game or something. And
I am about to announce a new game.
I just thought it'd be nice seeing as I'm here.
So anyways, it's time to discover what we've been crafting in the shadows.
I hope you brought a trailer at least.
I have. Roll the trailer.
Roll that big old trailer footage. Yeah, okay, so the leaks were all
to give up who
for-
you once thought you were?
I am.
Man, that sucks. That it's like I know a lot about this already because the fucking people leaked it.
Ready to sacrifice
I wasn't even looking for it either.
everything you held close.
I am.
This is Baghdad, the Rock, something like that, and Basim, the one that brings Ivor
Ready
in.
to leave your life behind and walk the path of shadows.
But they are bringing it back to the Order. This is very Aladdin. Ooh. Yep.
Then, out of the dark, you will come into the light.
Time for your training. Holy shit. Holy shit. This is bringing it back to the Brotherhood and everything.
And from the light, you will return to the dark.
Yeah.
Never forget the tenets you have sworn to uphold. Stay your blade from the flesh of the innocent.
We are bringing it back to the Creed.
Never compromise the Brotherhood.
Holy shit. Man, if this brings it back to like Assassin's Creed 2 combat, oh ho ho ho. Sleep bombs, smoke bombs. This looks like it could be King Combat.
From this day forward,
I mean, this is just CGI trailer, so who the hell knows
a
what?
hidden one.
Oh fuck, dude, that's Ezio's signature. Nice. Mirage. And the feather. Yeah.
Well, will you look at that? Assassin's Creed
mythological horseshit
Mirage,
too, coming
everybody. And here to tell us more, it is Ubisoft Bordeaux's narrative director, Sarah Beaulieu. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Sarah, we just had a little glimpse of Mirage. What can you tell us about this latest and very special Assassin's Creed adventure?
Well, indeed, it is special. We go back to the roots of the series. It's been 15 years, as you know, and we wanted to go back to the action-adventure game that you know, narrative-driven game. We've been focusing on stealth, parkour, and of course, assassinations.
Yes!
Now, I've been playing a lot of Valhalla recently, and from watching that trailer, I couldn't help but notice Basim.
Yes, you're right. It's Basim. It's 20 years before Valhalla, so it's a young Basim that is going to be coming from a street thief to a master assassin.
Oh, fantastic. And so where does his kind of adventure begin?
Well, it begins in Baghdad. It's the beautiful, magnificent, vibrant city of Baghdad that you're going to roam through the game. And it's a very dense city where you're going to meet a lot of different people.
That's amazing. I know our community is going to be very excited to explore Baghdad. So Sarah, what can you tell us that makes Mirage special to you specifically?
Well, to me, obviously, it's all about the story. So as you saw, we have a couple of charismatic characters. Starting from Basim. So Basim is our lead character. We do have Russian that you spotted in the trailer.
Okay.
She's Basim's mentor. We also have a lot of historical
Looks
characters
cool.
like in every Assassin's Creed. So political leaders, for example, but not just. We do have a couple of very, very interesting characters in there.
Well, what a setting and what history to get your teeth into.
All right.
But we're obviously about exclusives here. Have you got any more?
Yes, I do.
Good.
Did you
Gameplay, come
recognize
on.
the voice from the trailer?
I did, actually. Can I reveal it? Can I reveal the exclusive?
Yeah, if you know.
It was the Emmy-winning actress, wasn't it? Shorey Aghdashloo.
It was.
It was.
Yeah, you got it right.
Good.
Yeah, we're thrilled to have her in the cast. She's going to be portraying Russian. So she's going to be the voice of Basim's mentor that you saw in the trailer, actually. And the whole team is very, very glad to have her on the
She is fantastic.
You can
Such
always
a
tell.
recognizable voice, which is why I recognized it, of course.
Well, and we were lucky enough to catch up with Shori earlier, and she had this very special message.
Hello, everyone. I am Shorey Aghdashloo, and I'm thrilled to announce that I will be voicing Roshan, Basim's mentor in Assassin's Creed Mirage. When Ubisoft approached me to voice this character, I was immediately seduced by Roshan's strong personality and her backstory. She's a true warrior who fights for justice and protects her fellow hidden ones at all costs. She is loyal and honest, but keep her former self behind a shroud of mystery. And of course, the fact that she is a mature woman from Persian origins made her resonate even more with my own story and background. Playing such a character is a unique opportunity that I could not miss. I hope you will love her as much as I do. It's a real pleasure for me to collaborate with the Assassin's Creed brand and play one of the main characters in such an anticipated new game. I am wishing you all a happy AC 15th anniversary. Thank you all. Yours, sincerely, Shorey Aghdashloo.
She was also in
What
Mass
a
Effect
nice
and a few
message.
others.
What a
too.
recognizable voice as well, just instantly. And she seems thrilled to be part of this.
Yeah, I think she is, really.
That's good. A welcome addition to the Assassin's Creed world. So finally, obviously the question everyone wants to know.
That looks pretty good.
When can we get our hands on Mirage?
Assassin's
Mirage
Creed
looks pretty
Mirage is
good.
going to be available in 2023.
And if you pre-order now, you also get the exclusive 40 Thieves side quest. But it's not all.
Boy.
We also have a collector's case available for pre-order as well.
Another
It
one
includes
to add to the
figurine of
list for
Basim
next
and other
year.
exclusive
Fuck.
surprises
Next year
that you
is
will
going to
love.
be packed.
Thank you, Sarah, for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Yes, it looks fantastic. Right. We'll be dropping more exclusive news from the world of Assassin's Creed very shortly. But first, we wanted to celebrate the last 15 years of Assassin's Creed with you. Let's remind ourselves of some of the highlights and, of course, the impact of this groundbreaking series.
So from what I've heard is that this is actually, instead of being 100+ hours like Valhalla and Origins and Odyssey was, Mirage is going to be more or less like a 20 to 30 hour game. It's going to be very cinematic, very storytelling driven. It's pretty much just a prequel to Valhalla. But it's to bring it back to more of an Origins rooted version of Assassin's Creed, which I'm just like, fuck yeah, let's go. Not everything needs to be Dark Souls. Valhalla was made pretty good. Odyssey was made pretty good, but just like, bring it back away from all the super powered horse shit and just bring it back to what Assassin's Creed, was with Altair and Ezio.
Live as an assassin for so long.
I do not remember making that decision. This life, it chose me.
I mean, in all honesty, when it comes right down to it,
But the sum of his memories. We are the stories we live, the tales we tell ourselves.
Desmond, I don't know what the hell they're gonna do with the modern day story either.
We do not
But
plunge headlong into folly on the orders of a single madman, but act
when
according
it
to
comes
our
down
own
to it, I still think
collective madness.
Altair and Ezio is probably the two most
From darkness we have come, and in
fan-spoken
darkness we shall stay.
characters.
We are the hidden ones.
Altair's final resting place. Altair, Ezio's final resting place. Sorry, I was thinking.
It is a good life we lead, brother.
Every time I see that, I flash back to Altair and sitting there in the chair, and Ezio walking up, and he's like, "I finally found you," with and like the whole apple eating. It's such a crazy moment with that. And then afterwards, Ezio, he like passed away on the park bench. It's like, jeez. 15 years.
Well, so many memories there. Makes me want to jump back in and just play through the whole series again.
Well, Danny, to continue the celebrations, we also have a new documentary out today, which gives a behind-the-scenes look at the last 15 years of Assassin's Creed. Let's take a sneak peek.
Anybody that we know making it, or is it Ubisoft in-house? That's
For me,
Creed 1.
Assassin's Creed represents my whole video game in the career. It's really like where I learned my job, where I grew in my job.
That was really the game that showed to me, hey, you gotta step it up, but like you gotta move on from the PS2, and I fell in love ever since.
Pour moi, dans l'univers du jeu vidéo, Assassin's Creed reste une licence extrêmement importante.
Assassin's Creed, especially in those early days, showing people what could be done in this kind of broad open space.
Just like climbing up things and just looking at this world and being like, oh
Hardcore.
wow, I've never done this in a video game.
It was a game
before.
changer.
We're always looking for the next.
Wonder if they're going to talk to Jade Raymond.
You'll always be
She was one of the big,
they've kept you in from the beginning.
It's not just a
the
game.
big visionaries behind it also from
A
day
philosophy
one.
behind it.
It's a universe. It's not just a single setting in a single time, but it's different settings at different times. It's like a narrative universe that comes
What
to
a
life.
sandbox that they created with that. Just like, let's just jump through history. Let's, and it's worked so many different times over again.
That looks worth a watch to me. Where can we see it? Is it somewhere on the internet?
Yes, it will be on the internet. You can
YouTube.
catch it on the Ubisoft and GTV YouTube channels, but don't go anywhere just yet.
No. So back to business, and I've just finished the Dawn of Ragnarok expansion for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I had a great time, but I would like some more.
Yeah, that's one of our most ambitious
got
expansions
bored.
to date. But Danny, if you want more,
I got about
I've got
halfway
great
through it, I'm
news,
like, I'm done.
As we have more content coming to Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
I'll probably go back and finish it sometime, but
Hello everyone, I'm Gareth,
more Valhalla
game
stuff.
director on Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
The Rogue game mode.
Since launch, we've continued to
That's pretty
create new
cool.
and exciting content for our community to enjoy. We've
I have
already released new
130
game modes
fucking
and
hours in
activities
Valhalla.
into the
I don't
world
want
of
no more.
Valhalla, such as
Burnt out
river
on it.
raids, Tombs of the Fallen, mastery challenges, and more recently, the roguelite Forgotten Saga.
Yeah, this is
Today,
pretty cool.
I'm excited to announce
That
that
was
in a
pretty
few
cool.
months' time, we will also be launching the last chapter. So let's take an exclusive first look.
Wait, are we going to see like Ivor, Old Man Ivor?
Odin, I feel you close.
Oh shit.
An uproar of memories stretching far into the past. I have done all I can for my people. It is time to say goodbye and set forth for distant shores and new adventures.
Fascinating. Eivor grapples with Odin's memories in a way unfamiliar to me. Where will this new conflict take you, I wonder?
Oh, this is gonna tie together Bazin and Ivor, like the last chapter. Fuck. That means it's for free. You better not have to pay for
The last
it.
chapter is a free quest arc,
Okay.
which nicely ties up some of the storylines established throughout the game. We'll see Eivor reunite with some key characters, including some influential historical ones. We can't wait for you to experience it. Back to you, Danny.
Minus it's launching. I'm so burnt out,
Danny,
Valhalla.
Are you ready for some more exclusives?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm a little overwhelmed already.
Oh my God.
Please go on.
Okay, well,
Wow.
our next guest can do just that. He's no stranger to the Assassin's Creed family with a list of credits, including creative director of Assassin's Creed Syndicate and producer of Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Cool.
I'm, of course, talking about Mark Alexi Cote.
Okay.
Mac, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you, Alice. It's great to be here, and I love
Syndicate
what you've
was a
done
good
with
one.
the place.
Thank
I
you.
like Syndicate.
So let's start with our community. Can you tell us what makes Assassin's Creed so beloved by our global community?
Well, at Ubisoft, our mission as a company, as expressed by Eve, is to enrich the lives of players. On Assassin's Creed, we have a very clear take on that mission.
Mm-hmm.
We want history to be everybody's playground as we immerse players into the richness of our shared past. What makes AC different, though, is this kind of unique mix between historical accuracy and contemporary codes like the Animus. And when you put all that together, it gives you the chance to embody iconic characters.
Sure, but it's supposed to be more
fantasies,
historical accurate
all the
than
while
it is
immersed in
mythological shit. And this is where they keep
historical settings.
It's amazing.
missing the
So
mark.
how will Assassin's Creed evolve in the coming years?
Well, we're going to double down on our passion for history
Oh, thank
as
God.
we explore the past with courage. We strongly
Come
believe
on.
that history can be the most powerful and eye-opening source of entertainment.
Good.
And our teams believe that history can help us better understand the world that we live in, as so many elements from the past still resonate with our present. But don't worry, we're going to keep telling grand, epic stories so that
Yes.
viewers and players
That's what made
alike
Assassin's
can feel
Creed
the
fucking
vertigo
huge
that
to begin
only
with.
human history can bring.
I love the way you talk about history and about using history as a playground. What an incredible thing to be able to use history in this way. But what does this mean for fans going forward?
Well, we want our passion for history to fuel the expansion of the franchise into new territories. So I'm very happy to announce today our very first open world Assassin's Creed game for mobile. It will feature all the iconic Assassin's
What is
Creed
up with all this
gameplay,
mobile
but
game shit? What
optimized
the-
for an experience on touch controls. And I just can't wait to tell you more about the story and the setting.
Let's take a look at the trailer.
All right. I have like 4 games I have to check out mobile now. It's stupid. What the fuck? Assassin's Creed China is going to be mobile? It's not Japan, but this could be pretty goddamn close to it. In a sense. This isn't made by like Tencent or some shit. No, this is Ubisoft Shanghai or something maybe. What the fuck? That's kind of cool. Assassin's Creed China. Like you don't ever get really in-depth historical stuff going with China. You just get like the mythological stuff. So. Codename Jade?
Well, look at that. A brand new Assassin's
Huh.
Creed game set in China. It looks amazing. Matt, can you tell us a little bit more about the features?
Well, for the first time in our open world games, you can create your own character. You'll get the chance to do things like parkour atop the Great
Wow.
Wall of China, sneak through bustling cities, engage in intense combat, and discover the secrets of vastness of ancient China.
Well, that leads me to my next question. So, Mac, many of us know that a Netflix show is in development, and the community would like to know more.
Well,
What else can you
shit.
tell
I'm
us?
gonna have
Well,
to
it's
stream a
still
mobile
early
game.
in development, but I can confirm that we are co-developing the Netflix series with Ubisoft Film and Television, Netflix, obviously, and an insanely talented showrunner, Jeb Stewart. It's going to be an epic, genre-bending, live-action adaptation of our video game series.
I'm
but
scared.
that's not the only thing we have in development with Netflix. We
I'm
also
fucking
have
scared.
a new mobile game in development for their platform.
Wow, so you're doing quite a lot with Netflix. And just out of interest, there's no reason for me to ask this. This is just curious. A lot of people probably want to know who is the casting director for that.
Well, why do you want to know?
No, I'm just a lot of people have been tweeting in about that.
Well, we'll put his name on screen.
I'll talk to you after about that. In the meantime, let's take a look at the wider world of Assassin's Creed.
I saw that on Twitter. I'm like, Amunet? Who the hell? And I was like, oh, yeah. My ex-wife. There. You don't see her that much. So it's like, the hell?
Well, the wider world of Assassin's Creed there. And look, we've had a lot of surprises today. I think that's fair to say. But in the grand tradition of surprises, Mac, I think you might have saved the biggest one for last.
Well, Danny, that's right. Believe it or not,
Assassin's
I've got
Creed
more
1.
things to show to you. So how about we take a leap of faith into the future together?
Let's take a look.
Yeah, this is Assassin's Creed 1 remastered, basically. I think they're going to call it a remake, but... or not. What the fuck? Assassin's Creed Japan is going to be a real thing? Oh, shit. They're actually pulling out the fucking Assassin's Creed Japan. Holy shit.
Big news, isn't it? I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there that I think, from your point of view, certainly the community, the fans have been asking for a long time. So, Mac, tell us more.
What the fuck?
This is Codename Red, our next premium flagship title and the future of our open world RPG games on Assassin's Creed. It is being developed by Ubisoft Quebec, the studio behind Assassin's Creed Odyssey, under the creative direction of Jonathan Dumont. It will let players explore one of their most awaited settings ever on the franchise, feudal Japan, and they'll live a
holy
very powerful
shit, everybody's
shinobi
losing their fucking mind right
People have
now.
been waiting for this for a long time, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
Well, they certainly have, and now you brought it to them.
It's amazing.
Which is good. And you're
Dude,
slightly
Assassin's
cruel in
Creed
that
Japan,
you're
we're gonna-
teasing me with it. I very much want that. You mentioned some of the other studios. What's Montreal
Assassins
up to right
versus
now?
fucking
we have
ninjas?
our
Let's
veteran
fucking
team
go.
behind Assassin's
Hell
Creed
yeah.
Valhalla in Montreal, the birthplace of Assassin's Creed, who's been hard at work on a new flagship title as well. It is being led by creative director Clint
How many
Hawking,
fucking Assassin's
and
Creed
is a
games are we
very
getting here?
different
This is a
type of
mobile
Assassin's Creed
game?
And I believe
China?
you may have brought us something that we can watch now. Yes, here it is.
Mirage? Japan? How? Holy shit. My god, if you're not burnt out on Assassin's Creed already, you're gonna be. What the fuck is this? Codename Hexe? Oh, so they're gonna try
Well,
and
the surprises just
separate.
keep on coming. What can you tell us about this project?
Well, this is Codename Hexe, and I can't wait
Hexe?
for our fans
Okay.
to tear apart that trailer and find out all its secrets.
Yeah, absolutely, and work
Huh.
out the code name. You guys have always got code names for stuff. There was it a year ago? There was Codename Infinity. Where are you with that?
Well, that's a great question, Danny, and I'm happy to give you a little bit more about Project Infinity today.
Wait, huh?
Infinity
What?
is not a game per se. It's going to be the single entry point for our fans into the Assassin's Creed franchise into the future.
So are you saying that players will be able to explore their very own animus, kind of like a time machine?
Exactly, Alice. Infinity is
VR.
going to be a hub that will unite all our different experiences.
Oh, okay. So
and
it's like
our
the Call of
players
Duty,
together in meaningful ways.
launcher thing that
So,
they have.
Obviously,
For
that begs
Modern
the question: if
Warfare
you're
and
connecting
Warzone and
players, and
all
there's
that.
more than
Huh.
one player, a lot of people will be thinking, "Are we talking multiplayer?"
Well, Danny, it seems we can't hide anything from you.
You can't.
So we're actually investigating how we will bring back standalone multiplayer experiences into the Assassin's Creed universe, all connected to the Infinity Hub.
Well, it sounds
So that's the
extraordinary.
live
You must have a
service
nap
one.
at some point because you've all been very, very busy.
Nobody knew
thanks,
about Assassin's
Mac.
Creed
Some
Japan.
major
I
new
love it
developments
that
there,
nobody
and I'm
knew
sure
about
everyone at
that.
home
All we had
can't
heard
wait
about was
to get
Mirage.
involved.
Assassin's
Thank you
Creed
for
1 was
joining us
supposed to be
today
getting a
and sharing all this
remaster. So
incredibly exciting news.
what about that?
Well, thank you, Danny. Thank you, Alice. It's been a pleasure to be here and to be finally able to share all these great things that we have coming for our fans.
No shit. So no Assassin's Creed
So,
1.
to sum up, there are a lot of
remaster.
exciting things to look forward to.
Okay.
Let's remind ourselves of everything you can expect from now
The leakers were
onwards.
wrong.
This year, we will see the release of the last chapter to Eivor's story in
Rumored
Assassin's
bullshit was
Creed
wrong.
Valhalla. Then in 2023, we'll see the release of the next big title, Assassin's Creed Mirage, set in Baghdad and following the story of Basim from
So that's
Street Thief
more or
to
less, like I
Master
said, it's a
Assassin.
prequel to Valhalla.
Then it's time for the long-awaited setting of feudal Japan with Assassin's Creed Codename Red.
Holy
And
fuck.
as Mac announced, there will also be a very different type of experience with Assassin's Creed Codename Hexe.
Oh, this is
And in the
cool.
coming years, we'll see the launch of the new platform, Assassin's Creed Infinity, connecting players to the games in a whole new way.
But that's not all. We'll also see the launch of our first open-world game for mobile with Assassin's Creed Codename Jade. And of course, the release of our live-action series in partnership with Netflix.
Hell
Loads
yes.
to come. But that, my friends, I'm afraid, is all we have time for today in this very special Assassin's Creed Anniversary Showcase. Now, before I get too comfortable in our hideout and end up slipping into my Ezio cosplay as normal, I just want to thank everyone for joining us today and making this first ever
This is the
showcase
best way that they can
so
go about doing
special.
all
Plus,
this.
of course, a big thank you
Absolutely.
to our guests, and I shouldn't do this, Alice, but you know, in the spirit of wrapping up, what's the one thing you're most looking forward to?
That's a very tricky question.
is.
We've seen so many amazing things. I'm going to pick a few.
Okay.
I will choose Mirage, the Netflix series, and also Feudal Japan. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Great.
So
And for
everything
all of
I
you
got
at home,
announced, yes.
remember that you can pre-order Mirage now. In the meantime, you can jump back into Valhalla to prepare for Eivor's last chapter.
Which is exactly, Alice,
Just got
what
done
I'm
with
going
it,
to
and I
do
just
while
deleted
we
it.
pass back
Ah.
to Ubisoft Forward. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Okay, so the DLC isn't launching yet.
Yo, that was one hell of a show.
You can say that again.
That was one hell of a show.
Well, that does it for this edition of Ubisoft Forward. We hope you enjoyed it. Yusuf, what are you looking forward to playing?
You know, we covered so many great games today. Can't wait to play them all.
Well, if you need a reminder of all the upcoming games featured today, head to our website at ubisoft.com. And remember to grab that free month of Ubisoft Plus. You won't want to miss it.
Thank you all for watching around the globe.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
They actually was like, fuck it, let's just do Assassin's Creed Japan. Everybody wants that. Wow. Okay. Okay. Hell yeah. Let's oh god, I don't know if I want to. give me 1 second to there we go. Wow, man. Mirage is going to get overshadowed like crazy. For sure. Okay, just give me 1 second to... Okay, so this is gonna need some editing. Okay, let's... Here, okay, now I can go like this, I can go like this, and I can go like... Goes back to the roots of the series, focus on stealth and parkour, set in Baghdad, launched in 23. Okay, maybe. Hopefully everything on here is going to be safe for work. Welcome to Twitter. Wow. Yeah, that was way more than what I was thinking we were getting today, and that is amazing. Assassin's Creed freaking Japan. Holy shit. Yeah, last time Harrison Ford's going to be playing Indiana Jones. That's kind of crazy. Okay, let's I guess I'll switch over to here, do this. So Mirage, let's see here. So first things first, Mirage. This looks very promising to bring it back to the grounded base. You know, so here's actually without where is the other? Yeah, let's click this up first here. So very interesting what the hell Ubisoft is doing here. What they are doing is because they split the fan base down the middle so badly between I want my history book Assassin's Creed, and then there's some other people that are like, I love all the mythological stuff. So they're like, okay, screw it. We're gonna split into two different experiences. We'll just have two different development teams make two different games. And, you know, Assassin's Creed sells so good and so well, and they make so much money off of microtransactions and whatnot, wherever you have it. And there's so many tales that they can tell. There's just an abundance of content here. So what you do, you split into two. You have your, I mean, I think that is going to be really, really, really awesome. You thought, oh god, what is it called? Ghost of Tsushima. You thought Ghost of Tsushima was this like crazy thrill ride? Now buckle up, motherfuckers. We're going Assassin's Creed Japan now. The original thing of what Ghost of Tsushima was basically trying to be was Assassin's Creed set in Japan. So now we actually get all the tool set, we get all the gadgets, we get, you know, the creed, the brotherhood. How does the Brotherhood of Jerusalem fit into, you know, what the Brotherhood of Japan would be? And again, we had seen there was a preview of this, you know, damn near 15 years ago. Let's say 13 years ago, where Ezio walks into the you know, the estates, the family fucking, you know, castle thing. I forget what it's called now. It's been like 10 years, 12 years, whatever. And all of those statues that were there of all the assassins from over the years. And, you know, we've seen all these assassins. I really, really want to go back and actually play back through Assassin's Creed 2, or I'm pretty sure it was Assassin's Creed 2, or was it Brotherhood or something like that? No, Brotherhood was over in Rome. So yeah. I can't remember which one it was. I'm pretty sure it was maybe it was Brotherhood. Anyways, the one where all the statues are in it, I would love to go back and actually look at all the different assassin outfits and everything off of those statues and actually see how much the designs have changed and how much they actually took from that original concept idea. But my God, you know, Hexe, yeah. That's going to be, so we're going to have Japan. That's the history book. And then we're going to have Hexe if you want something that is more like Dawn of Ragnarok style, where it's like very mythological or whatever. Your God of War ripoff, basically. That's going to be a whole separate thing. Like, hell yes. Hell yes. So I don't have to worry about dealing with in my history book one. I don't have to worry about, you know, having almost, you know, just Odin popping up or whatever and doing all that shit. Because I just don't care about all the mythological stuff. I much rather have the history book stuff. There's going to be a ton of people, though, that are like, I just want the mythological God of War kind of, you know, thing. Awesome that you get both, and you get full package deals of both. That is great. That's a great decision on Ubisoft's part right there. Codename Jade, the mobile experience, Assassin's Creed China. We're going to be in Asia for a little while here. That is another one. Is like, hopefully it's a very history book driven version of, you know, like, okay, let's dive into the real history of China. and running up the Great Wall of China and seeing all the wars that happen around the Great Wall of China and everything, instead of it being so that's one of the things with China is in the movies you get a lot of like Matrix style wire work happening in those. Let's see what the actual like true history of China made by fucking French and Canadian developers basically. Let's see what that take on it is, where China's not just like I mean, even like the live action Mulan movie was very once again it was just like they're all superheroes, and that's all China ever showcases itself as being is just superheroes. So let's bring it into the Assassin's Creed kind of environment of, okay, here's the grounded, real world version of China, and what's like I said, assassin versus ninjas and all that stuff, But it's not even assassins versus ninjas would be Japan. What is that? Assassin versus monks, I guess, is China. Yeah, Chinese monks. So that's such a different way of thinking, combat wise and everything. Now, the Netflix thing, who knows how it's gonna come out being. I mean, we have it could be Arcane, where it's really, really well done. It could be Resident Evil, where it has absolutely fucking nothing to do with Resident Evil whatsoever at all. But the difference is, though, Assassin's Creed has so many different established lores that this is going to be a lot easier for them to pick up. There's a reason why the Assassin's Creed movie was actually all right, because Assassin's Creed is built in a way where you can take short stories and actually put them into a live action environment, and they work. And also Assassin's Creed is set rooted in reality, so doing live action stunts, and it's not like you have mythological creatures running around everywhere. No, or like supernatural stuff going on all the time. No, it's very rooted in reality of, the Assassin Order was, it's very much inspired off from a real thing. There was a Order of Assassins. It wasn't the creed and everything else, like Assassin's Creed shows, but there was like an actual established. And if you go back and check out 15 years ago, the actual lore of the original game of Assassin's Creed 1, it was actually made upon a real Order of Assassins that was, what was it like? They were there. I think the Templars were trying to protect something to do with Jesus or something like that, or the church order or something, and the assassins were there to kind of keep the balance of power in check, and that was a real thing. So yeah, like Netflix series, it very well could be done very easily. Very easily, it could be done very well. So I got hope that maybe that might actually turn out pretty good. So then that leaves us with Assassin's Creed Mirage. So my thoughts on Mirage is it's going to be a shorter thing. It's probably going to be something that just brings people in to Assassin's Creed to get them ready for Assassin's Creed Japan, and gets them ready for whatever Codename Jade might be. Jade is actually also probably just a tool just to get people in. Again, Jade's going to be a shorter adventure also. I think Mirage and Jade are probably going to be like maybe 10 hours, maybe 10 to 20 hours. Like Mirage probably 20 to 30 hours. Jade's probably going to be like 10 hours at the most because you're on mobile. And then the final chapter, the last wrap up chapter of Valhalla. Again, I have like 130 some odd hours in Valhalla. If we're wrapping up Ivor's story, that's cool. Get to see the whole lifespan pretty much of Ivor, from a very young person, because you can either go male or female, to the final, their one last final adventure. I don't really know where it's going to be taking place, where it's going to be set. I wonder if they are going, like Ivor goes to Baghdad or something for the roots of, I don't know how they're going to play that off. It's going to be interesting to see that. So one last thing for this year. Next year, like I said, next year is going to be stacked on the horizon though. So I'm going to say now Assassin's Creed Japan is probably 2024, if not 2025. We might be halfway through the console cycle before we get Assassin's Creed Japan. If that is the case, it's going to be the best, Japan sword fighting game that there's ever been. I mean, the Assassin's Creed engine runs very, very good. It's been run more and more smooth over the last like 3 or 4 games, and they've been able to do way more with it. So let's see here. I don't know what the hell lore this would be. This is definitely something Japan-wise. I'm pretty much guessing. My best guess is this is some Japan. Wait. The Northman, just that movie. This looks kind of like that too. Maybe something more mythological Vikings, possibly. I mean, I think a lot of people would like that. My first instinct would say that it's something to do with Japan mythology, though, because Assassin's Creed Japan is in the works, and they revealed it right next to that. So Hexe, I don't know. I actually don't know what that would be. So these are, this has got to be something to do Vikings wise, because these are runes here, I do believe. Or is that, no, wait. Is that runes or is that Japanese? I'm not well versed in all that type of stuff, but I wonder if it's like Vikings versus Japan. That'd be kind of crazy. Boy, this feels very Vikings-like, but at the same time, that almost looks like Japan writing. I don't know. There's gonna be so many people that are just like, it's this, it's that, and it's the other thing. 2 new AAA games, 1 new mobile title, and the Vivor story. Yeah, this is crazy seeing this lineup here. Like Mirage looks insane, just coming back to the Creed, back to the Brotherhood, back to the origins of what the hell made Assassin's Creed popular in the first place, and then they just gave us, give everyone exactly what the hell they were looking for with Assassin's Creed Japan. Everybody's been like, I can't wait for that one to come out. That's the game I really wanted. I will, like Assassin's Creed Japan is the one title that I've heard the most people say they don't give 2 shits about Assassin's Creed, but they would give that one a try. So if this one does really well, if Assassin's Creed Japan is made really solidly and does not have any, really bugs or glitches and is just kind of like that back to roots of parkour action, storytelling driven, rooted in reality type of a game, just like Ghost of Tsushima. And maybe that's the reason why they're getting away with doing this, because Ghost of Tsushima was more or less rooted in reality, but they did have some stuff that was a little more mythological. But Ghost of Tsushima sold so well, maybe that's the reason why finally Ubisoft is like, all right, let's bring it back, and then we'll just make one on the side, and and this is probably also going to be like, it's like vote with your wallet, folks. Make sure if Mirage doesn't have so much mythological stuff in it, and you like that history book type of thing, pick up Mirage. If you also like the Japan story, or the Japan history book of Japan, pick up Codename Red. And the sales figures from each one of these will determine the direction of Assassin's Creed. We can vote with our wallets with this. I mean, it's just very simple that way. And I think the mobile game stuff is just a side thing. These 2 down here, Codename Jade and the Netflix partnership, they are marketing tools. That's all they are. It's just to bring in more people so they play the AAA big budget stuff. And then this is the Hexe is just, like technically another side project, but a secondary project just to appease the fans that jumped into Assassin's Creed that are like, this is the God of War weighing room. That's crowd. That's what Hexe is made for, just to keep your attention on that. But I really, really hope Mirage and Codename Red sell very well. If Mirage is what they are saying it is, of more back to basics, I really hope these 2 sell super well. So we get the because we don't need We don't need another God of War. We don't need another Souls game out of it. Assassin's Creed was and is supposed to be something different than that. It's supposed to be the history book. It's supposed to be the rooted in reality. You actually get to live in in this era of history that is a bygone era that, there's nowhere in the world where they're doing sword fighting anymore. Everybody has guns, It's like we get to actually experience that history in a virtual way, and that's so cool. That's what made Assassin's Creed so cool. It was something totally different than everything else. It's not Bloodborne. It's not Ghost of Tsushima. It's not fucking, it's not Dark Souls. It's like, it is Assassin's Creed. It is, it's that reality-based, thing of a history book, like I say. And so then bringing it back to that, like, let Souls do its thing. Let Ghost of Tsushima do its thing. Do your thing. I've been saying, there's so many of us been saying this for like the last 8 years, I feel like, or whatever the hell it's been, 5 years maybe. Probably has been about 5-6 years. Ever since Assassin's Creed Origin came out and they started going a little more mythological, like Syndicate was the last one that was really what Assassin's Creed is supposed to be about. And also Unity. Unity was a very well done Assassin's Creed. Syndicate was the last one to really to do. And Assassin's Creed 3, it's funny because I had my problems with Assassin's Creed 3 of them changing up the combat system, because I just didn't like the way that and then to see where we're at now with Valhalla and Odyssey and Origins, and just how much of all the kooky, God of War kind of mythological stuff is in it. It's just like, man, I would take Assassin's Creed 3 again, just because it is that rooted in reality. Like I said, 1, 2, Brotherhood, Unity, let's see here, Syndicate, like all those games were the peak. And then I'm not gonna sit here and say that Odyssey and Origins, Origin, Odyssey, and Valhalla weren't good games. They just weren't good Assassin's Creeds. They were great games. Like Ubisoft has not put out a bad game of Assassin's Creeds. It's just like the Assassin's Creed part of it. Like, ugh. I mean, shit. Black Flag. There's a reason why I leave Black Flag out, because Black Flag, you weren't even an assassin, really. Rogue was more of an Assassin's Creed than Black Flag was. I will always stand behind that, because I mean, even though he turned into a Templar, he was still more of a fucking assassin than what Edward was. So, yeah. This is very cool. I'm super excited. I'm hyped up for the future of Assassin's Creed. We're finally getting real Assassin's Creed back. I love it. That's the reason why I was like, man, this feels like they're on the right path with Valhalla. It started becoming a little more rooted down to Viking history and lore. It started feeling more like, oh, we have the actual Brotherhood is starting to make a comeback. And everybody's like, well, it was the origins of the Brotherhood. Well, sure. They did the origins of the Brotherhood, and then Odyssey was the origins, the original origins, or some. It's like, now the real world story of this, because I'm just talking about the history book side of things, but the real world story, what the fuck are they going to do with that? I don't even know. So Basim, I couldn't even tell you what the hell happened at the tail ending of the modern day story, not real world, but modern day story of Assassin's Creed. I have no idea what the hell actually happened. And there's a bunch of people, I've tried to watch lore videos, and people just are very confused at what the hell actually happened at the end of it, because it's super weird. Like one, God, what's her name? The one girl, she gets sucked into the bubble, and then the other dude gets pooped out, and now all of a sudden he's in the mind of Ivor. So then I guess he's going to get some DNA of Basim, and Maybe that was Basim. I can't even remember. I have 130 hours in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I couldn't even tell you what the hell the goddamn ending of the modern day stuff even was. Yeah. Ugh. Somebody in the YouTube comment section is going to be like, it was this and this and this and this and this. So, yeah. All right, 2 hours in the books. I might be back later on tonight. Maybe I'll do a little bit of Elden Ring, or if not tonight, then maybe tomorrow morning or something. But yeah, I think I might wrap this up. Maybe get a little bit of sleep or something because I am still pretty damn tired. What time is it anyways? It's 5 o'clock. Shit. But yeah, I'll probably wrap this up for now and come back later on with maybe a little bit of Elden Ring Revisited. We'll pop on the soundtrack I want to do a comparison between the soundtrack of Elden Ring and Bloodborne because I've heard both recently, and it's definitely, maybe we'll do one more check. Let's do one more check. Let me refresh one more time. Hopefully nothing pops up that's not exactly safe for work. Not safe for work. Experience the full Shinobi fantasy in our future. You're look at this. Look at this. Holy shit, it's Shinobi in Final Fantasy. So here, this is one detail that I do want to say real quick. Notice he's holding the sword. Like, he's holding the sword backwards, so it's this, that is very much going into the roots of like the Shinobi. So yeah, it is so Assassin's Creed Ninja. So he is an assassin, but he's also a fucking ninja, Shinobi. Yes, I kind of love it. Hell yes. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Ha, 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 ha. Awesome. From the team behind Odyssey, a new game taking place in Field, Japan. Okay. What the fuck? Yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up. Should I do one more look at the maybe I can do one breakdown of, let's see. Yes. Yeah, the Mirage trailer. Yeah, let's do one breakdown of the Mirage trailer real quick. Yeah, I gotta fly in my face. Oh god, I gotta find it. Assassin's Creed Mirage. Boom. GameSpot, Ubisoft, developer trailer breakdown. Oh boy. Let's just watch
Peggy
this
18.
One, I guess. He's a snake tamer.
Basim, Ebne's Hawk. Are you ready to give up?
Okay, this is really cool here because this is a very big callback to what like Arno, staying in the middle of all the assassins. This is also a big callback to like Ezio and the Brotherhood and him bringing in other assassins. And if you remember, Ezio was like, okay, we're gonna change up the hidden blade so you don't have to lose a finger to use it, and that's the reason why the hidden, you lost a finger in the original lore. You lost a finger because the blade got in the way of that finger, and then they changed it up so they wouldn't have you wouldn't have a bunch of assassins doing this the whole time.
Who you once thought you were.
I
am.
It's funny because everybody was pissed off at Assassin's Creed for Prince of Persia going away, and this feels very like Aladdin meets Prince of Persia or something. Super Prince of Persia vibes in this, but like a free roam version of Prince of Persia, which to my knowledge never happened. It was always, very cinematic, story driven, bouncing around the stages and all that. But this is very much like, I'm wondering just how much like Robin Hood-esque or is he more, because Aladdin stole stuff, basically just like whatever he needed, like apples and shit, with his little monkey dude. And then Robin Hood stole from the rich to give to the poor. I'm wondering if it's going to be a little bit of both of that, and the Creed is there too, because like, what exactly is the Brotherhood trying to, like, assemble order, I'm guessing. So this is Baghdad, right? It was I'm trying to remember, 9th century Baghdad, yeah. Wow, Assassin's Creed 1 is being Assassin's Creed 1's highlighted in this. So they're trying to keep order from the Templar Order in Baghdad, then I'm guessing in this. Like, that was the original Assassin's Creed stuff, was like the Templar Order was worldwide trying to find the apples of Eden. And yes, the Apple of Eden. So here's my take on the Apple of Eden. A lot of people go, well, that's mythological. Not so much. It's a golden treasure, and what happens with golden treasures? People decide, a golden treasure, a ring could decide that somebody rules a kingdom. So an Apple of Eden can decide, the fates of many that way. The way that the myth of the Apple of Eden would have been portrayed, though, in historical context, is that it held superpowers. That's the way I always took the Apple of Eden, because it is the Apple of Eden. It's the mankind's beginning, basically, and that's what Assassin's Creed. It was mythological, but not really. It was just like the myth of what the apple could do. Yeah, so all these gadgets that he's using in here, very reminiscent of Ezio. Not so much Altair. Altair didn't really use gadgets as much. He used way more stealth and blending in. This feels very like Assassin's Creed 2 styled than Assassin's Creed 1. He's using a lot. Hell, he's doing the Ezio drop right there, which Ezio got from his father, because he saw him do it one time. In an alleyway, I'm pretty sure there was old. There was an old trailer showing that. But yeah, like he has smoke bombs that puts people to sleep. He has smoke bombs that causes, and the throwback of the feather, that's totally on Altair thing. But also Ezio did that stuff a lot of times too. I feel a lot of Assassin's Creed 2 in this, which is cool. It's awesome seeing that. Let's bring this back. So he is training in the corridors of the assassins with the mentors. So what I'm gonna put out there is, this is so very much like Jerusalem, where Altair, when you ran out of Assassin's Creed 1's courtyard, you would see them all training in the little battleground area, and I feel like this is the Baghdad version of that. So this is probably part of the Assassin's Creed headquarters, I would say, up in maybe the mountainous region. That castle in the background is probably like the whole. I'm gonna say there's probably like a circle of of assassins that are questioning whether to bring him in because he's maybe somebody from the streets or whatever. It would be kind of cool too, is like, assassins are born into our order, and maybe he is, the origin story like that. That'd be kind of cool if they did it that way. And maybe some of the guys in the background don't like him so much, but then he ends up proving to them, that whole origin story like that would be a very fun thing to bring back instead of it just being like, oh, yep, you are established as a character that is a big badass, and then you ascend to being even more of a badass in the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood lineup. It's yeah, everybody likes a good origin story. And that's one of the things that made Assassin's Creed so good was it's always an origin story. unless it's like the second or third chapter of somebody's life. And then you end up like going through that whole period of, you know, the growing old period. Yeah, this definitely less armor. So I'm wondering how much customization is going to be here too of, you know, can you customize his look, or is it going to be back to like Ezio with multiple colors and that's about it? I would like to be able to customize the look. And I would, that's the one thing I did like about the last 3 Assassin's Creeds, especially Valhalla. You could custom, well, actually, no, I'd say more or less Odyssey, because Odyssey had more customization in. If you could do that in this, that'd be actually very cool. Like, imagine you're running down the street and you have like the black cloak on and, you know, the hooded cloak and robes and everything, and that's your Assassin's Creed character look. I think that'd be really cool. I think that'd be kind of awesome. And then he turns into the Basim that we know. Like, at the end of this, I have no doubt he's going to run into Ivor's brother. God, names. So many fucking people that you meet in Assassin's Creed. Trying to remember all their names. And I'm terrible at remembering names anyways. Like, this is going to, like, this is, I mean, this right here is very reminiscent of Assassin's Creed 1. This is basically the concept art that we saw leaked. Boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The Empire, man. This is very Assassin's Creed 1. I'm just getting flashbacks of seeing all the Jerusalem houses and everything. Wow. Super cool. Super cool. Like, making your way to, so the combat too, what he does here, bing bang boom, like that chain combat that we have not seen since pretty much Assassin's Creed Revelations. That really feels like it might be making a comeback, where it's like you lock on, you slap, and then that, instead of it being more Souls like, where it's like you got to beat somebody upside the head with a sword 4 or 5 times over again, this feels more or less it's the puppet mastery that was happening with Ezio and Altair. And that puppet mastery is what they got rid of with Assassin's Creed 3, which is the reason why, like I said, the Pirate series I didn't like as much, because the combat didn't feel as smooth and fluid. Instead of it being puppetry, it was more or less just like, just slam on the button and stuff happens. And it's just like, I don't feel like I'm in as much control. And then they went full on Souls with it, which I get the reason why they did it, because, you know, Souls combat is the most, you know, is probably the most popular combat that there is. But again, this feels like it could, I mean, this is all CGI. This is not gameplay whatsoever at all. We have no idea exactly what the hell this is going to be like. Is there going to be gore? Is there going to be blood? Are you going to be able to chop somebody's arm off? I mean, again, very Ezio Altair looking right there, but this is more, you know, Ezio stalking his prey. So that was one of the things too in the rumor stuff, was that the eagle, like basically what I got out of it, I mean, look at this, you know, combo and everything right together. The eagle up top, I am thinking this is going to be kind of like the Ghost Recon Division kind of thing, where it's like the drone up top and you can, you know, What would be pretty cool is if they took the Splinter Cell Conviction tech and maybe the you know, upgrade the eagle to being able to, like, you know, select the targets, and then you could go in and he just goes in fucking throw a knife to a guy's face, stab the other guy, use him as a human shield, you know, boom with the fire, lights him on fire, he throws him down, jumps over and ching, and boom, you know, hits the guy. And you just lock on, you have this little cinematic moment of like a 3 or 4 hit kill thing. And then afterwards you go back into like regular sword fighting of, you know, doing the puppet mastery stuff. I think that'd be very cool too. They could add that in. Just to, like, once you have enough meter and you can end up doing like some very cool ass like cinematic combat thing, camera flying down, you know, and spinning around all the combat area and everything. That'd be awesome. That'd be very awesome too. But yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. Again, we gotta wait until, God damn it, we gotta wait until next year to see exactly what's going to be going on with it.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Assassin's Creed before the Basim we know in Valhalla. Is this?
So we are 20 years before Valhalla, around 20
Oh, okay,
years.
so this
Basim
is
around 70 years old on the trailer here. It's actually the beginning of the game. He's going to
Yeah, so this is absolutely going to tail into Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
be around 17, which shows
20
actually
years before,
Basim, and we
easily.
wanted to tell his origin story because, as you know maybe from Valhalla, he's a very charismatic character already.
Also, this kind of sets up the origin story of Valhalla even more, of the historical aspects of it.
And there was basically a blank page between the moment when actually Basim was raised in Samara by his father and the moment when we meet him in Valhalla. He is also someone that is going to become an assassin, and it was logical for us, as we wanted to go back to the roots, to actually showcase and let the player experience this coming of age and this whole becoming an assassin topic. We are working with an actor called Mirage, who is voicing Basim, and just like Shore, we're very happy to have him on board. He's a great actor.
Ready to sacrifice.
Gotta be the same guy that played him in Valhalla. It'd be kind of weird if it
So
wasn't.
we are very lucky to have a composer, so Brendan Angelidis, who is working on the soundtrack of the game, who also actually did the soundtrack for the trailer. The music that you hear in the trailer is actually in line with the guidelines and the music from the game itself. The composer Brendan actually used some instruments that are very authentic, that are really conveying this Arabic atmosphere and vibe that we wanted, and
Right.
that we were very eager to
As it should be.
respect as much as possible.
As it should be. It sets up the proper atmosphere, the tone, the world.
Are you ready
Dun, dun,
to
dun.
leave your life behind?
So this is Russian. Russian is one of our key characters. She's Basim's mentor. She's going to be here right from the beginning of the game until the end. And we have the great pleasure to be working with a great actress. Russian is going to be voiced by Shore Agdashlu, who is an Emmy Award-winning actress, and we are very happy to have her on board. So Russian is a woman of 50, a really skilled hidden one. She's going to be key to Basim's evolution as a character. Also a lot of charisma there.
And walk the path of shadows.
He's like a son to her.
Basim has a lot of potential for becoming
I
Aiden
bet you
1 is
amen,
a gifted young thief first, and also he shares with them the same ideology of freedom and free will. Basim bears also a unique legacy as well, and Roshan will notice it, obviously. So that's why for all those elements, he will be a very key asset for the Aiden ones.
He has a key legacy, so he might be like the son of one of the original assassins of the Order in Baghdad, and something happened to where he went on his own. Maybe, and they're you know, she's keeping an eye on. It's like this feels like it's like, I knew your parents and now I've come to train you. It feels like one of those stories.
The dark, you will come into the light.
This is not massive, but it's a tribute to AC1 and also to the lore of Assassins, because
What'd I tell you? What'd I fucking tell you? This feels like Assassin's Creed 1 with the castle that they're
in the lore, the birthplace is Alamut, a fortress in the northern mountains of Iran, and this is it. This is the first time we are going to show in an AC game the Citadel of Alamut.
Holy shit, so this is actually the same one that Altair trains in. Whoa. Okay, I did nail that. Damn, it's actually the same one. I thought it was a lookalike or something. Huh.
We are, at this moment, at the tipping point of Hidden Ones and the Assassin's Brotherhood, which is going to be there in Alamut in 100 years.
Yeah.
It's going to take a long time to finish this fortress, but this is the very beginning of the end of the Hidden Ones.
Right, so the Hidden Ones turn into the Brotherhood once they create the
love letter
creed.
to AC1. I think everybody got it, seeing this trailer. We saw Roshan, we see Basim. They wear the Levantine white outfit with a little touch of, Arabic style, just like the shemag and the pompon. This is definitely going to be his role here is coming of age of an assassin. So yeah, he's really looking like one.
And I just want to make a note right now to all the viewers watching. Make note of this pose right here that Roshan gets Basim in, because we just might see it again.
Yeah, during his training, Basim can be impetuous, but which can lead him to learn the lesson the hard way, you know.
And from the light, you will return.
So that was a disarming move more than a killing blow, but in the other trailer, he does. He grabs a target and he puts the blade in the back of his neck or something, or like up through. So yeah, that's So I wonder if there's going to be a either incapacitate or kill kind of a situation. Very, Splinter Cell like it could be.
Turn to the dark.
The ceremony moment was discussed pretty early. Also, Alamut was discussed pretty early in the conception phase. It was something that we wanted to showcase because it's so important in the Assassin's Creed lore. It's a whole ceremony that you have to think about how it's going to happen, what people are going to say, and it's actually a pretty powerful thing to work on.
Honestly, and it was also great to deep dive inside all the material the past AC games brings us. So I'm not gonna lie, it was a challenge for us, of course, because we have a ton of material. At the end, it was very satisfying working with Sarah, Jean-Luc, to see all the connection we succeeded to make inside Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Yeah, and if I may add, we reversed engineered Basim because Basim in Valhalla has a cut finger, so we needed to explain why his finger was cut. So it's a typical feature of the early assassins. Yeah,
and I noticed that too. I was like, oh shit, okay, so he is of the early order. If you go back on my launch night stream, when I did Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you'll hear me say that. Oh shit, wait. That's the original order. That's not the new bullshit that they were doing. That's awesome.
I think it's part of the process. We break down the Basim of Valhalla, the look of him, and try to see what is the kind of visual tags, costume parts he can have early on, and try to explain why this or that is still there in Valhalla.
But also, our story is has a beginning and an end, and it's key to us to make it accessible to every player, not only the players that actually know the franchise very well, but also the newcomers. For example, it's both a love letter but also a narrative-driven game that is really focused on a character and how he evolves.
You have sword to uphold.
This is Baghdad,
as it should
be. The
be.
question is when the next Assassin's or where the next Assassin's Creed game is going to happen, and now so this is going to be Baghdad. You can all.
I think the where and when also I could tie into this when we're going to see the actual gameplay of this, because this is all CGI. This is not, or CG. CGI. This is all just cutscene stuff. This is not actual gameplay. We don't know what exactly the gameplay is going to look and feel like just yet. Just keep that in mind. This game could absolutely bomb on its gameplay. Who knows? But I think where we might actually see the full-on gameplay, because it's a bigger showcase than the Ubisoft event, maybe Game Awards this year. That's my guess. And then we're going to see an actual release date for it, possibly release date for it at Game Awards in that trailer also with the gameplay. So it's like, here's the new stuff right here.
Only see one district here, which is the Kark district, the district of the bazaar, but you can have also a view on the background of the Caliphal Palace, which is the very center, the heart of the empire and also the heart of the city. It's called the round city because there is a round fortification all around, and inside that fortification you do have the highest peak of civilization. Outside it's more the regular.
This looks very Assassin's Creed 1. Wow. Yeah, this is like if this is just one giant throwback to Assassin's Creed 1. I get that's probably the reason why people are like, "Oh, Assassin's Creed 1's getting remastered," which was totally, I guess, fake or false, unless they got something else to show off later on. Which means I have to get Assassin's Creed 1 running on the PS3 sometime. But yeah. Or actually, I think I have a copy of it on the Xbox 360, maybe also. I don't know. We'll see. Or if I can get it on the PC running at ray tracing, that'd be cool also. Anyways, but yeah, like this is going to be your world map. This is a concept design for the world map. Again, this is I'm thinking this is probably going to be a shorter story than what a Valhalla was. The rumors that did get shot down from what I heard was multiple maps. This is supposed to be, again, this is screaming that it's a prequel to Valhalla, just to wrap up. And they just kind of said it too, that this is just to fill in the blanks on the one of the main assassin characters for Valhalla. So this isn't going to be the longest story ever, but this is going to be kind of Assassin's Creed Japan's weighing room in a lot of sense.
City with different districts, one dedicated to science, one dedicated to trading, one dedicated to industry, one dedicated to almost military defense, which is Sharkia. It's a sub-district. This is perfect playground, bringing good old vibes from previous AC games. We are back in Middle East. We are back in this kind of light, density, the vivid colors. I think this is
that must be a PC version, because that game did not look that good back in the day.
We are happy to come back to places in Middle East, but also this is going to be a complete surprise to see how much that city was big. As you can see, a lot of opportunities for parkour and a lot of promises of adventure. You cannot have the peak of
No, this is not the same city as Assassin's Creed 1, because that was... What the fuck? Hold on a second. Oh my god. Creed 1. So yeah, Masyaf in Syria, right? Jerusalem. This is what I remember the most of. Yes, this is the city that I remember the most of like running around through. Western Asia. Acre. Off of Bay. I could sworn this was Assassin's Creed 2, but I guess, yeah. Again, it's been 15 years. It has been 15 years, so trying to remember. Okay, this looks familiar. Yes, this looks a little bit... I could have sworn this was Assassin's Creed 2. Huh, weird. Okay. The Islamic power moved to Baghdad. Ah, okay, so yeah, it is. Okay, all right.
Civilization without having
15 years later, they're getting me on stuff here.
Yeah, for me, this is a perfect playground for doing assassin stuff. Yeah, we spend a lot of energy to bring back crowds. This is a really, really breathing, living city. A city that never sleeps also, so you'll see that. And we also try to bring as many people as we can on the streets.
Just like the original Assassin's Creed.
The flesh of the innocent. Hide in plain sight. Never compromise the brotherhood.
I'm wondering what they're going to say about combat-wise.
The smoke bomb are back, and a lot of Assassin's tools you will be able to use at your advantage on a very specific situation. So we have a throwing knife, blow dart, mine, also noisemaker, and all those tools will be fully upgradable, and you will be able to change their effect or their behaviors during your playthrough.
You had the little smoke bombs with the little like blinky things that used to happen. It was like a flashbang basically. Right. Holy shit, I forgot about all that. Again, I really need to run back through Assassin's Creed 1. It's not that long of a game. I might I was actually thinking about streaming the Assassin's Creed series. I've done like half of the series on stream before. I did all the pirate ones before. Played Rogue for the first time ever. I did it with no commentary though. So that was back when I was very first starting to stream. It was like the second game I ever streamed was Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which I don't know why that was the second story-driven game I ever streamed because I don't like it. And then played Rogue and I was like, this is awesome. Yeah. I need to get going too. I'm super hungry. I need to go get me some food. See what else they're gonna say.
His name is Enkidu. We will bring back also, and I'm very pleased to announce that, the possibility of marking the enemies with your eagle, as it is very important for us to give strong recording tools to the player to perform the best stealth approach.
I guess that was an Assassin's Creed thing. That's where it came from.
From this day forward,
Was the Eagle Vision.
You are a hidden one.
So the creation of the Assassin Brotherhood will happen a bit later during the 10th century, with the reformation of the Hidden One by Hassan Isaba. But we are very, very close of this transformation in Assassin's Creed Mirage, and you can already see it, feel it in the game.
And I love the shot of Basim on the perch dropping down. It's
What'd I
very
say?
reminiscent of the AC2
What'd I say?
There's a ton of callbacks and throwbacks in this, and I love it.
I've been here. I've done this stuff before.
Oh, first, this is a mask of the Order of the Ancient, so a kind of artifact we are used to now since AC Origin and Odyssey. We do have it in Mirage too. This mask is connected to the past of this land. We are in Baghdad, and the civilization just before is the Babylonian one, so that's why he has this kind of Babylonian face. And honestly, this is not the only mask you are going to see.
That's another one too. So if I do a full-on lore run of Assassin's Creed, which would take fucking forever to get through, I would do it in chronological order. So yeah, I feel like I would have to set aside a couple months, and we have so many things coming up by next year. It's gonna have to be this year. If I want to do an Assassin's Creed lore run, it's gonna have to be this year sometime. So, yeah, that might be coming up in the nearest future. I did this fucking Final Fantasy. Let's try and do maybe do also Assassin's Creed.
All the masks created for the game are just gorgeous.
This specific cell of the Order of the Ancient is one of the last remaining cells, as it will soon start its transformation also to a new organization, exactly like the Hidden Ones, in fact.
So, Sarah, here we see Basim.
I actually didn't go all the way through the Hidden Ones DLC, so I don't know the ending of that.
Throughout the trailer, he fails at one point, and then he learns and he grows. Are we going to get to see Basim evolve throughout the game?
Of course.
Yes,
He's
sure.
getting
As
older,
you
so-
saw at the beginning of the trailer,
Wiser.
Basim starts from being a street thief to a master assassin. He's going to be able to perform moves that he was not able to perform at the beginning of the game. We're going to really see this evolution, and the players actually going to be able to experience this very deeply through the whole of the game.
The only weird part on that is he doesn't do much in Valhalla. He really just barely does anything in Valhalla, from what I remember. So that's going to make that very kind of weird. I guess it's just like he's older in Valhalla, so he doesn't move as much. I don't know.
We are a homage, tribute to first Assassin's game, and we wanted to be really, really close to the original Levantine Assassin's crest. Actually, there is something written on it. It's the Arabic phrase for Hidden One. So it has a lot of sense in the game to have this kind of hidden message in a game about the hidden ones. It has been made by a very wonderful artist. Atem Arafa is a very, very well-known and skilled calligraphic artist. He also worked on something you will discover while playing the game, which is our skill tree, and it will feature some wonderful piece of Arabic calligraphy on the UI.
Cool.
You know, every Assassin's Creed game
like
is
that.
trying to make a kind of, magic trick with the crest.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about what we've done with ours.
Very cool. So what is all this mythological shit? What are we doing in here?
This creature that you see here, which is a Jade, this creature is going to be an important part of Basim's evolution, and it's going to be present in every memory corridors, as we call them. So that moment when Basim kills a target, it has its secret, it has its meaning, and yes, I'm not going to say much more, but you're going to discover that in the storyline.
Oh, well, that's the perfect tease. Sarah, thank you so much. I can't wait to find out more. And for everyone watching, you'll be able to find out more when Assassin's Creed Mirage launches later in 2023.